Well, of course, we had another classic playoff game in the 2009 NBA playoffs, and your boy couldn't see it. But whatever, it's all good. It's good basketball. I'm good. Anyway, big upset. Orlando wins 107-106. They were down by as many as like 20 points. They really looked dead in the water. Rashard Lewis was doing nothing for a while. They weren't getting much out of Turkoglu. It just was looking ugly for a while, and they just came to life. They slowly chipped away. With like 7 minutes left, they actually tied the game and took a lead, and went back and forth. They came out on top, and I was, again, I couldn't watch the game, but looking at it from here, going back and forth, a really fantastic game, a lot of clutch shots. And obviously now the Cavalier haters are going to come out, of course. I can already see it now. I go to an NBA message board on GameFAQs, and as soon as Mo Williams missed that buzzer beater that would have won the game, board exploded. I mean, literally, there was like about 35. I think there were like 50 topics made in about 20. No, actually, it was like 6-7 minutes. It was crazy in there. I mean, people just exploded. Some people were in disbelief, some people were upset and angry, other people were just overjoyed. So looking at this game, what I can gather, Courtney Lee started, it looks like. I like that a lot. JJ Redick didn't even play. I don't know if he's hurt or whatever, but I like Courtney Lee. I know maybe he wasn't great in this game, but I like Courtney Lee. And the more minutes he gets, the better. Howard stepping up. People have been on Howard for a while now. People have been on the fact that he doesn't have post moves. He's not very good offensively. And he still isn't, and he won't be for a little while. Maybe he needs to take some skyhook classes from Kareem, or some jumper lessons from Hakeem Olajuwon, or something, but he produced 30 points, 13 boards, a couple of steals, only 3 turnovers. He did foul out at the end. He still commits a lot of fouls, and that's going to hurt. I mean, he fouled out with like 30 seconds left in this game. So, 30 seconds, probably not going to kill you, but in this game, it could have been costly. Luckily for the Magic, they were still able to win. Rashard Lewis came around late in the game, hit a lot of clutch shots. Big shot Shard. If he keeps this up, we might just have to hand that one out right here. Big shot Shard, because he hit some threes, he was hitting jumpers, he hit the game-winning three-pointer with 15 seconds left with an awesome shot. 7 boards. Hito Turkoglu came around, 15 points, 14 assists. He's the point guard on this team basically, and he acted like it's 6 boards. So these guys, they came around, and I think we saw really good games from just about everyone who played in this game by their standards. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that somebody like Tony Battie or Ben Wallace had a great game, but they are what they are. They're not great players, not anymore anyway. Petrus, big difference in this game. The Orlando bench was way, way, way better than the Cleveland bench, but Petrus hitting a couple threes, hitting some shots, 13 points. Like I said, I think Petrus is the best bench player in this series, and if he can keep this up, tonight he outclassed the Cleveland bench by himself, then Orlando's going to have a really good shot here, because neither team has a really good bench player, and Petrus is probably the best bench player on this team by far. Cleveland, I mean, in both instances for both these teams, I feel like offensively this was their team. The Magic, you could nitpick a little bit and say that Hito should score a little more and Lee should score a little more, but that's their team. Really, I mean, with their overall body of production in this game, that is as good as it gets for this team. And I say the same for the Cavs, because other than LeBron, all these guys are just most of these guys are just good jump shooters. They're not, gonna explode and score 20 plus on a regular basis. This is their team. Neither team's defense showed up. That's fine. Neither. I mean, I understand that. And you know, Cleveland had a 9-day rest. Orlando was coming off the Game 7 against Boston. You know, it was a golden opportunity for Cleveland to just stake their claim in this series, and they blew it. So that shocked me, that they would lose Game 1. I could understand losing some other game in this series, but Orlando should have been exhausted from Game 7. Cleveland should have been rested. It don't make no sense. You know, you can't say anything bad about LeBron. 49 points, 8 dimes, 6 boards, 3 blocks, 2 steals. He did everything he could. He had what looked like it might have ended up being the game-winning bucket and 3-point play, but Richard came down on the other end and stuck it in, man. And again, I mean, he exploded for 50 points and it wasn't enough to win, so I gotta feel a little bit for that guy because he put it all out there. You know, again, offensively, I think these guys did their job, but I want to see Ilgauskas shoot more. I like his matchup in this series. If he's shooting jumpers and making them, Howard has to come out of the post, defend somebody on the perimeter. You get Howard out from under the hoop, and you open up a bunch of other things. So I want to see Ilgauskas shoot more. In this game, he played well, 10 and 10, but I want to see him take more shots. Varejao, 14.6 boards. That's exactly what they get from Varejao on a regular basis. Delonte West, Mo Williams, you know, they shot a poor percentage, but they did get their points. I won't say they had a great game, but they got their points. Terrible play from the bench. Joe Smith brought in 5 points, but come on, I mean, nobody on the Cleveland bench is particularly good. I don't even know if anybody on the Cleveland bench is even average. But collectively, they're pretty good shooters. They benefit a lot from the open shots LeBron gets them, so they should be, you know, better than that, because they got outclassed by one guy. Michael Petrus by himself was better than everybody on the Cleveland bench. I don't know what's going to happen. I think Wally should be able to play better than that. I think Gibson should be able to hit a couple shots. I mean, Gibson barely played. Maybe, I don't even know if Gibson's going to get any minutes in this series. Maybe he won't, but if he does, I wouldn't mind that. I think he's a decent shooter at the very least. If you give him open shots, you can hit him. So, Orlando, upset victory. Sorry about that. Somebody needed to get in. So, you know, defensively, neither side really brought defense. I mean, I thought Dwight Howard would play well because I liked his matchup. I thought Rashard Lewis would play well because of his matchup, but he took a while to get going, but he ended up playing well. And, you know, I thought James would score a lot because bad matchup, but these teams are supposed to be really good defensively, and tonight it just wasn't there. And that ended up favoring Orlando. So I expect defense to come out more in future games in this series, and I still think Cleveland wins in 6. I'm going to stick by that. Again, if you look back in my preview video, I talked about all the matchup problems that Orlando gives Cleveland. I still think Cleveland will win just because LeBron James is so freaking good right now. But that's about it. Tomorrow, I think the Lakers will win Game 2. I don't actually think it'll be that close, but we'll see. That's all I'm going to say about that now. Good game. I'm out.